Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nathaniel Bassey Mercy Chinwo. I am the host and creator of the Legal Roundup with Nathaniel, where we talk about legal topics, legal scenarios, issues that affect right-thinking members of society, Nigerians in Nigeria, and even in the diaspora and the world at large. Today's video, we're going to be discussing defamation of character. We're going to be talking about civil defamation. We're going to be talking about criminal defamation, and in relation to the scenario or the situation that happened with Nathaniel Bassey Mercy Chinwo and her husband, Pastor Blessed. If you're interested in such a video, if you want to know what happened and learn from it, please keep on watching. Smash the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, like this video, and share. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay. So a few weeks ago, Mercy Chinwo and her husband on their various social media platforms revealed a photograph of their son. Their son was born last year in 2023, and this is the first picture we have ever seen of their child. They posted that child willingly, without any, duress on their platforms, and everybody loved it. However, some content creators came out to say that there was a striking resemblance between Mercy Chinwo's child and Nathaniel Bassey. Okay, before I go on, if you do not know who Mercy Chinwo is a gospel singer, a gospel minister that is very popular all over the world. Her husband is also equally popular. He's a pastor of a popular church, I think in Abuja or Lagos, I'm not too sure. They got married recently, then had their child. Their marriage went viral. Their childbirth went viral as well. She did a music video, announcing the birth of her child and all of that. And then we have Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, who these content creators claim that the child looks like. Okay, now Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, if you are living under a rock, let me lift the rock for you. He's also a worldwide world-renowned gospel minister, pastor of Oasis Church under the Redeemed Christian Church of God. He's popular. He's the convener of the popular Hallelujah Challenge, okay, that happens almost every year for about 7 years now. So they are both popular people. Now, these content creators came out to say that the child that Mercy Chinwo posted on her platform, on her social media handle, looks exactly like Pastor Nathaniel Bassey. Now, not only did they say that, they also went further to demand that Mercy Chinwo's husband should go ahead and conduct a DNA test to confirm whether the child is his or not. Okay, that is where we are today. They did that on their various social media platforms, including X, including Instagram, TikTok, and all of that. And these videos went viral. Viral to the point that I, in my little corner of Port Harcourt, heard about it. All the blogs picked it up, all the social media platforms picked it up, and the rumors mill started going crazy. Even the common man was saying, oh, it's actually possible because the child kind of looks like, Nathaniel Bassey. In private conversations, in public conversations, even in the comment sections, we are seeing people responding and saying that this child looks like Nathaniel Bassey. And what happened? Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, through his lawyers, petitioned the Inspector General of Police, the IGP. If I can find a copy of it, I will. But I saw a copy of the petition obtained by Channels Television. If I can find a copy, I'll put it on the screen here. But basically, the petition states that 4 suspects, okay, should be investigated, arrested, and prosecuted for cyber stalking, for defamation, criminal defamation, amongst other things. Okay, so the same thing happened with Mercy Chinwo. A few days later, we got wind of it through social media again that Mercy Chinwo and her husband are also criminally prosecuting same suspects. Actually, they are similar. I think there are 4 or 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. About 5 of them suspects for criminal defamation and all of that. So yes, that is where we are right now. Again, if I see a copy of the summons but in the magistrate court in Abuja by Mercy Chinwo and her husband, I'll put it up here. The question now is, did they actually defame Mercy Chinwo? Do we not have freedom of speech? Are we not allowed to speak? Are we not allowed to air our opinions? Where does defamation start and where does it end? What happens with journalists and content creators and those of us who like to use social media to express our thoughts, express our mind and all of that. And that's what people are saying. Other people are also saying that, oh no, they should be persecuted and they should be imprisoned because it has gotten too much. Celebrities, popular people are now afraid to do anything on social media for fear of crazy reaction, viral videos, hurtful things being said about them that injure their character, their personality, even prevent them from earning, because this might affect their reputation, especially as Christians. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So we're not going to go too in depth about what defamation really is on this channel or in this episode, because I want to have a guest that will come on here and discuss with us and tell us and teach us exactly what defamation really is, because sometimes we do not understand that our opinions can be libelous or slanderous and may affect the personality, the reputation of whoever we are discussing or talking about. But in this video, we are just going to talk about it briefly. The first question we're going to ask ourselves is, how do you know that a statement is defamatory? How can you prove defamation, first of all? What are the ingredients for defamation? We can see that the charges against, or the petition against the suspects, are criminal in nature. Okay, so there's a difference between criminal defamation and the difference between civil defamation. In criminal defamation, the aim is punishment. Okay, the aim of criminal defamation is punishment, and it can be found under the Criminal Code Act, section 373, 374 of the Criminal Code Act, as well as section 24 of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition Act 2015. Okay, I will put, if I can, don't quote me on this, if I can, I will put the meaning or the definition on the screen here so you can see that. But yet the content or the definition and the ingredients of criminal defamation are contained in those laws. Like I said, criminal defamation focuses on punishment, and it is instituted by the state, and that is what Nathaniel Bassey did. By reporting to the Inspector General of Police, or by petitioning the Inspector General of Police, he has relinquished the complaint, makes the IGP, the police, the state, the nominal complainant, and they take over the prosecution of the case. Okay, if that makes any sense. So when it is criminal defamation, it's between the state and the suspect. It's between the state and the suspect, and then it becomes punishable in nature. So it's going to either end up being a fine or a term of imprisonment. I think for the Cyber Crimes Act, it says that a fine of not more than 7 million naira for criminal defamation, and I think imprisonment for 3 years or both. Okay, so the consequences if you are found to be guilty of criminal defamation is imprisonment of 7 years, or of 3 years rather, and a fine of not more than 7 million, or a combination of both. Then on the other hand, civil defamation is basically damages. The result is damages. The point is damages, aka financial compensation. Okay, so with civil defamation, the complainant is the complainant against the suspect. So that's me, for instance, or Pastor Nathaniel Bassey against the suspects, the alleged suspects. Okay, so that is how it's going to play out in court. Is them versus them. The state is not involved, and the end result is always damages. So how do you prove defamation? Generally speaking, like I said, I'm not going to go into the in-depth with this, but generally speaking, the first thing is that the statement must be defamatory. The statement must be defamatory before you can even say, okay, it's defamation. The second thing to prove is that the words were referred to the claimant. So whoever, assuming I'm the claimant, or Pastor Nathaniel, like he is the claimant, the word spoken must have been referred to him. In the videos, these guys clearly said that it was Pastor Nathaniel Bassey that fathered that child. So it was directed at him. So that is the second point to be proven. The third point to prove is that the words were published. As we can see, they published it on their social media platform. Blogs took it over, and the publication must be to a third party. So somebody else must have picked it up. The whole world picked it up. So you can claim that these three ingredients have been proven. What next? How do you now say that that statement specifically is defamatory? What are the ingredients generally to prove that that statement is defamatory? So the first point is that the words spoken or the words written, because there are two different types of defamation. If I've not mentioned that already, there's libel and there's slander. Slander happens to be spoken word, where the words were spoken, and then libel happens to be when the words are written. Okay, the written defamation is libel, spoken defamation is slander. So the first thing to prove is that the word spoken or the defamatory statements lowers the person in the eyes of right-thinking members of society. The next point is that it exposes them to contempt, hatred, or ridicule. Okay? Does the statement expose the complainant or the victim to hatred, to ridicule, to scorn, to contempt, any of those things? That is a question that the courts will have to determine. Does the statement cause the complainant or the victim to be shunned, to be ridiculed, to be like people turn away from the person? That is a question that the court will also have to determine. And you can see that they are all almost similar. They are interwoven, but they are also different. There are different ingredients and different case laws that explain and describe these different categories that need to be proven in court. The next point to be proven, is there any damage to his or her profession, trade, reputation, or is there an injury to their reputation? You can tell already that people are already second guessing whether it's true or not, second guessing the standard, okay, or the possibility that, oh, there was something fishy going on, okay, as against Mercy Chinwo and against Pastor Nathaniel Bassey. In my opinion, as a content creator, as somebody who publishes her life online, I mean, you guys know me, you know that I share my thoughts, I share my life and all of that. I'm also a member of the Nigerian YouTube community. As someone who is in this space, I feel that we have to clarify, as you can see, that there's a difference between stating your opinion and your statements being defamatory, but it's possible, okay? It's possible that your opinion can also be defamatory, so we have to be careful. Where you are discussing a topic, where you are discussing a scenario, where you are saying something, you are just speaking your mind. Say allegedly, because you cannot prove that fact. If you are making a statement of fact and you are saying, oh, I know this child is this person's child, it cannot be, go and do a DNA test. It's different from saying, oh wow, I just saw a picture of Mrs. Chinwo's baby. The baby looks very similar to somebody I know, but the baby looks like, in fact, don't even say it. Don't even say it. But if you must say, oh, the baby bears a striking resemblance to Pastor Nathaniel Bassey, it's just a statement. Your intention is not to injure or harm. It's not to cause problems. It's not to discredit them or not to cause injury. But again, it depends on if all the ingredients and all the elements of defamation are proven in court, because Pastor Nathaniel Bassey can still sue you. Even though you claim it is your opinion, you can still be sued for that opinion if it can be proven to be defamatory. So what's the solution? Be careful of what you state, what you say. Be careful of the thumbnails that you make. Like I said, defamation is also libel, is also slander. Pictures, caricatures, thumbnails, all those things can also be considered defamatory in nature. So even though in your video you are not saying that Pastor Nathaniel Bassey birthed that child, or you're not saying that Sotoyin did something so and so, if your thumbnail is descriptive enough to infer such an opinion, if your title is the same way, then you may be at risk of being sued for defamation of character. So don't be too quick to say, I know my facts, I know this. Don't claim that you know. You can even say, according to a reputable source, or according to a source, according to something from the internet, according to this and this and this. This is where you're getting your source from, where you're getting your opinion from. You're not stating the facts. You're not stating the statement as if you are the one that has that information. I hope that makes sense. I hope you have understood this. So as the case progresses, as we get any more updates, I will come and update you. I'll come and fill you in about, the development of this defamatory case. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad that they took this step to deter other people from, just casually using the internet to destroy people's reputation. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look out for more videos of the legal roundup coming your way very soon. I just want to say at this point that the legal roundup may be going to our own channel. So we might have an own channel for episodes like this, a podcast channel where we talk, where we sit down with guests, where we discuss, where we learn, talk about legal things, opinions, topics that are, very, very hot on the press. Okay, so look out for that coming soon. If you have topics we want to discuss, I know that I have a list of issues that people want us to discuss: tenancy agreements, land matters, those kinds of things. If you have any topics like that you want us to discuss, please let me know in the description box, in the comment section rather, and I will film them for you. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.